Hey Deep Divers, welcome back to Deep Dive Disney. My name is Eric, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're doing another first-time viewing of a Disney film that I've somehow never seen in my life. As I mentioned in earlier videos, I've never seen most or any of the direct-to-DVD or direct-to-home video sequels from the mid-90s, early 2000s. I avoided them because I heard most of them were not very good, and just in looking at some of the animation, it doesn't look great. But I've heard this one is one of the better ones of the bunch. I don't know how to take that, but basically we're going to take a look at 1994's The Return of Jafar today. As far as what I know about this movie, again, I try to go in as blind as possible so that you get a genuine, true reaction. But I know, obviously, this is a sequel to Aladdin, and I know that Jafar is back, hence the title. But I'm assuming he's back, like, to seek revenge or whatever. But I don't know who of the original voice cast is back. The only one I know is not back is Robin Williams as the genie. It's Dan, I never get his name right, Castanatella? Him. As the voice of Genie, and he was also the voice of Genie on the animated series. Now, something I've read, and again, I try to avoid as much as possible, but I did read that this was originally conceived as the pilot to the animated series, and then it just became kind of its own standalone movie. So if that's true, let me know down in the comments, because I'm not sure. But here we go. Let's take a look at 1994's The Return of Jafar. Here we go. Already the animation just looks like Saturday morning cartoons as opposed to a Disney animated feature. It just looks cheaper already. His face was like... To another Arabian night. Oh, I never really thought of that, but in the lyric to be another Arabian night makes sense that it would be a different adventure this time. Never thought of it that way. Well, these guys look creepy. Is that a whale behind them?
Well, it only looked expensive.
That already sounds familiar. Who is that?
Is this a haul or what? My surly band of desert.
That's Jason Alexander, I think.
This is my bonus for being your beloved.
Yeah, that's 100% Jason Alexander.
My beloved leader bonus.
And what is our reward?
Better animation, hopefully?
Good work, boys. Very successful. You can call me.
Well, that still sounds like Scott... Is it Weingart? I wonder if Brad Kane is back as the singing voice. Or if there are even songs in this. Ah, Jason Alexander did a lot of work for Disney in the 90s. This, Hunchback, he's in the Brandy, Whitney Houston Cinderella. Wow.
Pardon me.
That sounded like Jim Cummings. That sounded like a Darkwing Duck kind of scream.
That's mine! Whoa!
The sound effects feel weird. Everything sounds kind of shallow. If that makes any sense. Wow, I'm just bitching up a storm already, aren't I?
I've got sand in places I didn't even know I had.
I think that's still Gilbert Gottfried.
I'll go. Oh, wait, ouch.
That's Jonathan Freeman. Oh, they got some of the original voices back. That's good. I once embarrassed myself greatly in front of Jonathan Freeman. It wasn't fun. I'll tell that story someday.
That's it. I've had it. I hate to...
Oh, boy. I want to know what meeting people were like, we should give Gilbert Gottfried a song. Who thought that was a good idea?
A pool? We're not the ones who need this money.
I know you're starving. Here's a gold scepter. That's it. Oh.
Miracle.
Pray, I need.
All of these people are going to be arrested for stealing.
Whoa.
Wow, his head just changed shape like 3 times in that. Like, wow. Oh. Pinned you again.
Jasmine.
Where were you? I missed you.
Seems like same voice for her as well. Oh, hey.
It must have cost a fortune.
Oh no, it was a steal.
Oh, God.
Father wants you to join us for dinner tonight.
That's me, ready for anything.
Yikes. The animation's really bad. Well, they're certainly getting their money's worth out of the original songs because they are using that music everywhere. Little hints of it here and there.
I'll see that the Sultan gives him a fair hearing.
He's like become all teeth and hair, Aladdin. There's like no other characteristics, it's just all teeth and hair. This is like 3 different songs kind of shoved together. What am I watching, guys? This is really bad. Like, this is worse than I thought it was going to be. Who is Jasmine's singing voice? That is going to be our task for the day, figuring out who that is.
I trust you'll find me a little less overwhelming now?
You're a genie?
You are astonishingly perceptive.
He has such a great voice. It's so
If you're a genie, then
just regal and
I wish for the legendary sunken treasure ship of Cordumer!
Your wish is my command.
Is that the same ship that Ariel was in? Same shark?
It's not enough that we simply destroy Aladdin. After all, there are things so much worse than death.
Commercial break? So that makes me think that maybe what I read was right, that this was originally going to be the pilot of the series.
Aladdin, you have proven to be a man of strong moral character.
All teeth and hair.
I've decided to make you my new royal vizier.
Me? Really?
Isn't it wonderful?
Iago! Guards!
No!
Get that bird!
Yes, Your Highness. It would be my pleasure.
No, Sultan! No!
Move out of my
Don't
way,
understand.
boy!
Just listen!
There are so many like really close-ups. I think that's to save on background paintings and animation, but it's hard to watch sometimes because it's like they're going from close-up to close-up to close like that, and you kind of can't place where anyone is in the room.
With your permission, I'd like to take full responsibility for Iago.
You would?
Your priorities seem questionable to me, but so be it.
Your priorities seem questionable to me. Be my vizier.
Hey, Jasmine's just a little steamed.
Boy.
She'll cool down. Care for a cup?
Here, this came out of my ear.
Just let your conscience be your guide.
Wow.
Conscience? Never had one. Never.
Holy crap, that is terrifying.
The way you fell into his eyes.
So in that meeting, they said, you know what? Let's give Gilbert Gottfried 2 songs. These are the least catchy songs I've ever heard in my life. And I like non-catchy songs, but these are not pleasant non-catchy songs.
When he held out his hand.
Is that Liz Calloway? If that's Liz Calloway, this movie just got better. Yeah, that's Liz Calloway. She's incredible. If you're not familiar with Liz Calloway, go watch her singing Meadowlark right now. Stop this video and go watch Liz Calloway sings Meadowlark. You're welcome. She's also the singing voice of Anastasia, so Journey to the Past, that's her. That looked like an open mouth kiss. The thing is, these sequels all were kind of negatively received. They sold pretty well, but obviously because they kept making them, but like they weren't critically well loved or even well loved among audiences. So it's like, this probably would have been fine if it had just been the pilot to the series. But because they went and chose to make it a standalone film, it's going to be judged more harshly by me.
Iago, this isn't easy for me to say, but I was wrong about you.
Wait a second!
Yes, Iago?
Ooh, that was neat.
Be along in a minute.
Come on, my boy. Show me what this thing can really do.
I feel like I'm not talking much during this movie because I don't want to only complain and point out things that I don't like. but therefore I'm not talking because I haven't really liked much yet. Ooh.
But the double whammy isn't up to snuff.
They're doing the same kind of thing that they did in the original Aladdin, which I didn't care for in the original Aladdin either, where they're just having kind of a solid color background. They're not really anywhere specific. It's just solid color background and look what's happening, which is fine, but it seems like a cheap way out. Oh, I don't like that. These can't be Alan Menken songs. And if they are, he should deny it. Watch, I'm going to find out that these songs were written by somebody who I really like, and I'm going to be upset. Oh, did not like that.
I'll send you back and packing in a shipping crate.
It's like the songs were written for like, okay, sight gag, sight gag, sight gag, without really saying anything. It's just like, what is that rhymes with crate? Oh, I know, something about a kind of plate.
Soon our revenge will be complete, and you shall have your third wish. Oh boy, ooh, the little wishy. And you, Iago, you have done well.
Please, don't mention it.
Iago's becoming a good guy, a decent fella.
Razul, the Sultan's been...
Seize him!
We what?
Arrest for the murder of the Sultan.
What? No!
Somebody's been framed.
Because we know you're lying. Huh? I found this in your room. My father's turban, slashed.
You can't think...
I thought you loved me, but now I see that all you wanted to do was rule Agrabah.
I never wanted...
He shall die at dawn for the murder of my father.
Wow.
Jasmine, please!
Yeah, the motions are all so jerky.
I knew you wouldn't go through with this.
I just wanted to say goodbye.
Street rat.
Jafar! It's Jafar! Thanks for saving me.
For my next trick, bibbidi, bobbidi, boo!
Alright, bibbidi bobbidi boo.
I always wanted one of those.
Now's your chance. Oh.
What?
Gotcha.
Go out! Genie!
Faster, carpet!
Maybe don't reveal that you're the genie until he actually has the lamp. Like, Genie's not exactly helpful a lot of times. I'm looking for logic in a cartoon about a genie, so who's the dumb one?
Hey, Jafar! Shut up!
Iago!
Traitor!
No!
Throw it into the lava. Just kick it. Kick it.
Good help is so hard to find these days.
Ew. Oh, he has bones. The genie has bones.
So the bird lived happily ever after, wallowing in luxury as Aladdin's palace pal.
No, my dear boy. Or should I say, my new vizier?
Oh, say it!
Sultan, I'm very honored, but...
What?
So I'm guessing they wanted Iago to be part of the core cast of the series, so they needed to find a way to make him a quote-unquote good guy to get him into the gang.
I can't just stay in the palace. There's too much to do. Too much to see.
Hey, what about your girlfriend? Do you think that this lovely princess is just gonna wait around here? Ah!
I most certainly will not.
I'm going with him.
I'm going to see the world too.
There we go.
Okay, that's it. The madness is spreading. Shouldn't somebody ask what the brave parrot wants to do?
Wow. Yeah, television animation. So it's a lower quality. I need to see who wrote these songs, and I want to see if that was Liz Calloway. Jason Alexander, Liz Calloway. Hey, I was right. Original music and adaptations by Mark Waters. Adaptations based on, yeah, okay. It's a bunch of different songwriters. So that was The Return of Jafar. I didn't like that at all. Very little, at least. It looks really cheap, and it seems really it seems like a cash grab to have released this as a film. It's the animation is sloppy and bad. It's the script is not good. The songs are kind of all over the place, and it's apparent because I noticed in the credits, all of the songs are by different songwriting teams, and it shows because there's kind of no cohesiveness to anything in the music, and it all kind of sounds like it's trying to sound like the original score and failing. I like the fact that Liz Calloway is the singing voice of Jasmine. She doesn't sound much like Lea Salonga, but okay. It seemed like most of the voice cast was back, which was fine. But yeah, I feel like they focused too much on Iago. Like, this was the Iago story. And like I said, I feel like it's probably because they wanted to work him into the core cast, and they were probably able to get Gilbert Gottfried to do the series, so they wanted him to be part of the core cast. So they needed to show some transition of Iago from kind of villain to good guy. But it's a weird choice to focus on a secondary villain as kind of the main... I mean, he's kind of the main character of the film. The whole arc and change of character is based around him. Aladdin's kind of secondary to it. Yeah, I don't know. Like, the animation's very choppy. It's very messy. The proportions are never the same. So like their faces kind of move in weird ways, and yeah, that was disappointing. That was really, really disappointing. I was hoping we'd at least get a couple of good songs out of it, but we didn't really even get those. So yeah, well, and that was supposed to be one of the better ones of the sequels. Can't wait. I've actually heard that Little Mermaid 2 is pretty good. So, and I've heard that, is it Cinderella 2 or Cinderella 3 is pretty good. I don't know. We'll find out because we're going to watch them. But that was, The Return of Jafar. So, yeah, that was not great. It feels like, to me, it feels like it cheapens the original feature. And I know it doesn't, but it does. Like, it really just felt like an attempt to cash in on the success of the animated feature by throwing together something inferior, like wholly inferior. There have been a ton of unsuccessful TV series made from films as a cash grab, as a way to kind of keep capitalizing on the original product. But for Disney to do it, it hurts. It really kind of cheapens the whole thing. And I mean, in animation, when animation and classic good animation is your kind of main thing that you do, to put out a product like this seems really gross. It just seems... It makes me sad. It makes me sad. I don't like being sad. So, thanks so much for joining me for The Return of Jafar. Please like and subscribe. And again, if you have any Disney films that you think I've never seen before, and you really enjoy this really obscure Disney film, comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching. This has been Deep Dive Disney, and see you real soon.